Your grinning white ball drops from the sky. A very strong but very angry gray ball flips burgers in the distance. A few green squirrel balls scatter into the trees, and the red balls, whew, they're nervous taking shelter in their tents. No guys, I didn't just describe a drug-fueled dream. This is in fact one of the levels in one of my new favorite indie games, Pool Panic. Pool Panic is an Adult Swim Games joint that was initially shown off during a Nindies Direct. You'd probably remember it for its in-your-face and awesome art style, but I'm here to tell you that the gameplay absolutely backs up the visual presentation. They do something so pure here. They take the simple act of knocking a billiard ball into a hole, and they perfect that gameplay, and then they extrapolate it over all sorts of situations. In fact, it feels very Nintendo-like, even though Nintendo had no involvement at all, because it is that concept of taking a simple gameplay mechanic and finding creative, unique ways to take that idea and make it do all sorts of things and make it feel all sorts of ways, thereby creating a fully fleshed out game that will make you smile and make you think at nearly every turn. This is a game with a lot of balls. You've got angry balls, you've got sad balls, scared balls, skater balls, ghost balls, raccoon balls, monster balls, all sorts of balls. And again, it's a simple conceit. You are the cue ball, and with your cue, you will run around and hit yourself into other balls, knocking them into their respective holes. Now, it seems like it would be a sports-focused game, but this is much more of a puzzler because you have a lot of objectives you're trying to accomplish per level. You need to get all the balls in, and you need to make sure you do that before you scratch yourself or the 8-ball. The 8-ball will always be the last ball, just like in billiards. It does retain that rule. You're also trying to do it on a timer. There's a gold timer, a silver timer, a bronze timer, and you're trying to do it with a limited number of shots. There are 4 different trophies, no scratches, all balls, timer, and limited shots. And if you get all 4, it's basically a perfect run. Also, you're basically a Pool Panic god because it's so hard to even get 3 of the trophies sometimes. Because it's very hard to play Pool Panic perfectly, and that obviously increases the replayability because you can grab 2 trophies here and then go back later and try to get a 3rd or a 4th, and you kind of have to decide, are you going to go for the speed run and try and get that timer trophy, but maybe miss some balls along the way or lose out on the limited shots, or are you going to play it slow and careful? And different levels kind of call forth different kinds of playstyles. You're going to see all sorts of things. Maybe in your head, you're thinking, oh, it's all going to exist on a billiards table, but like I described in that opening monologue, they take these balls to crazy places. Campsites, radioactive growth chambers, restaurants, construction zones, the Wild West, a circus tent. You name it, they probably got it in Pool Panic because there are over 100 levels, multiple different kinds of modes, and even local multiplayer. They have jam-packed this game with so much charm and challenge, it's almost amazing that it only cost $14.99. Now, this game isn't at the same tier as, say, Celeste, Hollow Knight, SteamWorld Dig 2, the absolute cream of the indie crop, but it's probably on the next level down. It works great in both handheld and docked modes, and it's a lot of fun on the Pro Controller and the Joy-Con. You move your ball around with the left stick and aim your cue with the right. Occasionally, the controls feel a bit fidgety, but 95% of the time, you're in complete control and have the precision that you need. There's even an infinite mode with different seeds and random setups where you're trying to get through as many levels as possible before the clock hits 0. You're adding extra time along the way, you're knocking in balls, and you're even playing popsicle stick pachinko. The game is insane, but in such a good way. There's occasionally a few frustrating levels where it's not very clear of what you're supposed to be doing or how you would knock in the specific ball or sometimes even where the last ball is, but those are few and far between, and I would say 90% of the levels are really exciting and entertaining. If you're a perfectionist, this game will take you forever. It's pretty darn hard, but luckily they've added a pretty quick restart, so they've got you covered there. And while Pool Panic is definitely best experienced firsthand, I would be remiss if I didn't at least mention the incredible world map. I think this might go down as the best map of 2018. It is jam-packed with cuteness, color, and creative ideas. You're entering little zones, you're exploring unique environments, you're finding little interactive elements, you're shooing balls away and acquiring new helper balls, you're even taking selfies. It is super freaking fun. It has a very simplistic style, different art than while you're in the levels, which I definitely appreciate, and it's absolutely massive. You cannot see how far this map expands. You'll walk and walk and walk and think it's over, but it's not. And you're always sending your level victories back to a main tower at the center of this world. And I have no idea what happens when that tower rises all the way up, but with each level you complete, it moves a little bit more. And it unlocks new modes as it grows. Different doors appear alongside this tower, and that is where I found that infinite mode I mentioned that was so much fun. So I have no idea what else lurks as this tower continues to ascend, and there's supposedly boss battles as well, which I have not stumbled upon. But Pool Panic, you gotta play it. It is so good. I think it is gonna be one of the hidden gem must-play indies of 2018. I am so impressed. It is so much fun. It does creativity, it does craziness, but it remembers that gameplay is king, and it delivers a formula that is very perfected and comes across with such polish that they're able to then take it across all of these other ideas without feeling gimmicky, without feeling like it was thrown together, without feeling like a cute thing I want to see but I don't really want to play. No. This is a game you need to play, and that's why Switchforce gives our full recommendation to Pool Panic. So let me know what you think of Pool Panic in the comments down below. If you've already picked the game up, I'd love to hear your impressions. Are you finding it as fun and ferociously awesome as I am? I'm gonna go back and get some more levels done right now. I've gotten through about half of them, but I wanna see what happens when we take that tower all the way to the top, and I gotta face off against those ball bosses and see what they're all about. In the meantime though, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest and greatest from the Switch and super cool games like this one. It's always fun when you find a surprise and you think it might be okay or average and then it blows you away. And that's absolutely what Pool Panic has done. It has taken my cue ball and kicked me straight out of the stratosphere. Quite literally. That's probably something that'll happen in Pool Panic. The game is insane. And I love it. And I love you guys. So until next time, thanks again. Have a fantastic day. Switchforce out.